Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you catch more videos like this as I do post them. So this wonderful sub that you're seeing to the right of me is the Polk Audio PSW505. This sub is a really awesome sub when it works. I purchased this many years ago. I'm going to say back when the price was like around $300 or so, and I believe I picked it up on sale, so it was under $300. It's really powerful. The RMS on this, off the top of my head, is 300 watts, I believe, and then it goes up to like 420 or 430 for peak power. When this sub works, it is really powerful. Watching movies with it is really fantastic. The punch that comes from this, explosions. I've been using this for the surround back speakers, but the amp went out a couple of months ago and I haven't had a chance to change the amp. I've been in the process of moving and I'm currently setting up this room. There's a lot of wires thrown around everywhere and I'm still hooking things up, and I did want to connect this back to the surround back channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up and I'm going to switch out the amp, so try to stay with me. So what happened initially was I came home one day and I heard like boof, 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 and I thought that there was like a car outside of my house, you know, with loud bass, you know, the type of car that, you know, the bass is so insanely loud, you know, you hear it in your house, you feel it in your house. And I'm looking around and I don't see anybody, and then sure enough, this sub is just doing that over and over again. So I'm just going to plug it in so you could hear it, but it's not doing the loud version anymore, or at least it only does the loud version when it's connected to something. So maybe you could hear that, maybe you can't. Okay, but that's what it's doing. So it was connected. It was connected to the speaker inputs and the speaker outputs, which is how it's going to be connected again. You know, after it's swapped, the amp is swapped. As far as the warranty process goes, Polk Audio has been fantastic. I have no complaints. This is the second amp in like, I'm going to say maybe 4 years or 5 years maybe. So yeah, so this amp is going to be the second amp, and Polk Audio has just been like really fantastic. You know, I guess, you know, the first one, the original one I should say, the original amp broke, and then, you know, they sent me a new one, and that lasted a little while, and now they're sending me another one. So I think that the second amp, the first one, so the first one I think lasted about 3 years, which was the original one, and then the one that they sent me, the replacement, that one I think lasted about a year or so, and then that one went, and that's the one that, you know, I came home and I heard, you know, the bass, you know, making all that noise. The first one, when it went, I don't remember it making any noise at all. It just made, I think it just made like a little like turn on pop sound, and then it turned off, but there was no real noise. So I didn't realize that the sub was broken for, I'm gonna say quite a few movies, because I remember I was watching something, I'm like, you know, it just doesn't have that same type of punch, that same type of force store in the movies. And, you know, again, you know, because I had this hooked up to my surround backs, you know, really I'm only, you know, hearing that with movie soundtracks, that, you know, those, you know, surround backs are making explosions, or there's things flying overhead or whatever. So I started to notice that it was kind of weak, but, you know, because I do have the definitive towers in the front, the sub kind of blends more, I guess you could say. Alright, so I put on a pair of gloves, which is, you know, the smart thing to do, because back in the days of Windows 98, which was probably the first computer that I ever built, was back then, which had, I think it was a Voodoo, I think I put in a Voodoo 2 card in that, and I think it had a TNT or something like that. Was it the TNT 1 card? Anyway, I'm getting off track, but the point is that, you know, you never want to touch any type of a circuit board with your bare hands, because if you send a shock into it, something could short out. Anyway, with that said, you know, this is what the new amp looks like, and I hope it works. Kind of interesting what it looks like over here. Take a look at that. I don't know, it's got a lot of white stuff separating it, and I wonder what that is. It looks like, it almost looks like cork to me. Yeah, so you gotta untangle this, which is knotted, because this is what's going to connect to the speaker. Yeah, so these two are going to connect to the speaker. So what you don't want to do is unscrew these. There's a lot of screws over here, so just don't screw any of these, because they're holding this stuff on the metal plate. So you want to go around the outside, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, if by some chance you don't happen to own a pair of gloves that have some type of rubber on them, what you can do is take your hand and touch it to something metal. Try to find something that that you can let out that static charge on that. I know with the computer they used to say to touch the case, so meaning the outer frame of the computer. Touch the case, because you don't want to touch the motherboard or your graphics card or your sound card or anything like that. I probably should have on my glasses, because I can't really see the, there it is, the screw hole. It's Phillips screws. Alright, let's move these screws out of the way. Okay, how did I take this out last time? I think I just kind of, no, I don't want to do that. I think I just took a screwdriver in here. Oh no, I'm missing, there's one more screw has to come out. That'll help. No, actually two more, there's one there. That's what I'm saying about those glasses. It's funny how, like, some things will break and they won't last very long, and other things will last for like ever. Like, I had a acoustic research sub that broke. What else broke? I think the Yamaha sub. I had a Yamaha that broke. I had a Yamaha home theater receiver that broke as well. And I had another type of sub. I forgot what it was called. It was a Polk Audio, actually. It was the little one, like the $100 unit. But that thing lasted a long time, and I never liked it, but it did. Eventually, it broke. But other things will, like, last forever, like my old definitive towers. My old definitive towers, like the ones over here, these are new. And these are quite a few years old. No, I don't even know how many years old. I do have a video about them that I made. These are the 9060 definitive towers, but my old definitive towers, they just won't break. And like, I look at them and I'm kind of like, just please break, so I have a reason to purchase another pair. I think they're like 15 years old now or more. The amps are starting to hum, but anyway, I'm getting off track. So back to the sub. So over here, you can see the black. Hopefully you can see that the black is right there, and the red wire is going to go right there. So and that's connected into the sub, so I'm just going to take this out like that. So remember, the black has to go there. Black is on the end, red is kind of in the middle. You can see how I'm touching the board and stuff. Exactly why you want to have on gloves if you can. You don't want to short it. Okay, I got it. So the size is also different of these as well. This one is the black one is smaller than the red one. So there's actually a color difference. I'm just looking at the two, and I don't know if it's just because maybe age or maybe heat did it, but there definitely looks to be a bit of a difference between these two boards. Like this is white, what looks to me like cork, and over here it's yellow, and then whatever this red stuff is up here, whatever this red stuff is, you know, there's more of it, but over here there's not, and it looks like, so it looks like over here it's just run across. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the wires off of the new board if I can. Get some pliers. Actually, I don't want to make it any tighter. Ah, there we go. It sounded worse than it was when I pulled it off. Ah, that one was very easy. Good. Okay. So it's, again, it's kind of tight because there's no length of the wire, at least with my particular unit. Maybe if you had to do this with yours, you know, you might have a little bit more length to it, but that's it. So that's it. It's connected. Now I have to take the screws and put the screws in, and I do hope that this amp lasts longer than the others. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Line this up. The top holes are probably the way to go first. If you could get at least one in, not all the way in, just kind of enough like that, you know, where it's still sticking out like halfway, because you don't want to tighten it up all the way on top first, or any other screws for that matter, because you might have to shift it a little bit. So let's see, I got two in on top. Let's see if the bottom will line up, hopefully. I really do hope that this holds up well this time, because, you know, again, you know, I do like the sub, and most of the subs that are made these days are made without the speaker wire in and out, and I do like it, you know, especially if you want to put the sub in a faraway location, like in back of your couch or something like that, and if your receiver's in front, which it probably is, you know, it makes it a lot easier. So is that lined up? I think so. So again, as far as the warranty went, Polk Audio really, they just handled this amazingly. Like, no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts, no nothing, just, yeah, you know, that's it, you know, sorry about that, you know, here's your new amp or whatever. You know, they were just like, that's it. Which is good, because I have been a Polk Audio customer for most of my life. I have a little screw up, missing one screw. Where is it? It's probably floating around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And it's a good idea not to over tighten the screw, so don't put a lot of force into it, you know, because you might have to, you know, take this apart in the future, and you know, you don't want to strip the holes. I mean, it's really just screwed into some particle board or whatever this type of wood that they use. I think it's particle board. So again, you know, don't tighten it. I'm really just like using like 2 fingers very gently, just giving it a little turn. And I think that looks okay. I think it looks fine now. Yeah, let's plug it in. Let's see, what is it set to? Auto on. Standby is up there. Put it to, let's see, it's off. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, it says power. And it's not making any crazy noises. Let's see, let's go to on. Yep, light's green. No crazy noises. No popping or humming or anything. Oh, and the volume was all the way up, so that's good. Put it at like a third. Alright, that's it. So now I'm going to hook it up, and if it doesn't work, I'll probably make another video. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day.